Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Ireland. I'm a GTD coach.
Hi, I'm Mary O'Malley, and I am also a GTD coach.
Well, as promised, we're going to do a demo of the natural planning model. We did another video previously, which we'll link to, which kind of talked about the natural planning model and the importance and the value of it, and walking through the model and the steps and kind of when to use it and when not to use it. So today we're going to jump in and actually do it.
So Julie picked a project that has her attention, and I'm going to walk her through the questions in the natural planning model. And we're going to start with, in the method guides, we'll start with, the why, the purpose of this, and the guiding principles. So Julie, tell me a little bit about what the project is and why this is being done.
Deep breath. So I've had this project on my list for a while, and it's kind of stalling out a little bit. So I'm asking Mary for help vis-a-vis the natural planning model, which is I need to up-level my exercise kind of fitness routine. In terms of my health, like a lot of the other stuff is good. It's just the exercise. I'm sort of like flatlining a little bit, and I need to up-level it, basically. Like that's the project.
Okay. I'm going to jump to number 2 on this one because I know why this is being done, right? On purpose would mean you're doing this a little more, but should we unpack that number 1 a little more?
Yeah, I think it's important because it helps me to talk it through. So, like, why does this matter to me? Well, like health in general matters to me. I was like the kid that never exercised. I was a total bookworm. And I remember when I got to college and I started like an aerobics class, and I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days. I was so sore, and it kind of set me in this like, oh, maybe I kind of need to move a little more. And ever since then, it's just been something that's been super important to me. And as I get a little older, I'm recognizing like it's different now. Basically, I got the results of my bone density scan, and it was completely shocking to me. And then I found out that my mom had osteoporosis at 60. And I was like, wow, so that was a bit of a wake up call for me. And what I've been doing, which is like a super physical activity, is apparently not really serving that, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. So how would you know if this was successful?
I think doing the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing, which is more rigorous weightlifting, essentially. I've done kind of all like the study around it. My understanding, like as we age, like getting stronger is like the key. So I think by increasing kind of my capacity for all of that, pretty much I think that will put me on better track to preserve what I have.
Yep. So what I'm hearing is that you would know if it was successful as long as you maintained your current bone density, but you could increase the weight you were lifting.
Yeah. And I guess as you're talking, another thing is like, I want to push myself a little more. Like, I'm grateful for all that I'm doing, but like, I used to be this kind of super like disciplined, like I was like a total gym rat, and I wasn't having any fun at all.
Okay.
And at one point I was like, I'm not doing that to myself anymore. I want to have that inspiration that I know I can, which is like setting some goals and like hitting them versus kind of just doing this routine I've been in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So just to reflect back, working out used to be kind of fun and engaging for you, and you weren't putting a lot of pressure on it. And that's what helped you to go and do it. But now you need to change your game a little bit.
Yeah.
And so the rules that you play by to go by clarifying the purpose and principles are that you're going to get some quantitative measures around this.
Yeah.
And it's going to still have that like joyful expression, but it's also going to be really grounded in like, we're here to do a job and maintain and achieve function.
I know I can be pushing myself in a good way, not in that like mean headmistress. I used to tell people I had this like mean headmistress inside of me that it was like I'm not doing that, but I think I can have a little bit of her and have fun in the process.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So then for those people who are kind of, looking in the book or have the method guides, I'm toggling between 1 and 2 very purposefully. So now I'm back at 2. What would it be like if you were totally successful? And then how would you know?
Yeah, that's so great. So first of all, Jennifer Garner is she's my spirit animal, wink, wink. So like I follow her and she's 54, I'm 56, and she is like badass. I don't know if I can say that word on our video, but
yeah.
So part of it's like, I have these role models, right, that are like amazing. And so I would be at least like 3 days a week minimum, like in the gym, lifting weights and like on a protocol that's towards something that is measurable and, quantifiable.
Okay.
And also I'd be super inspired and having fun. And like when she like is on the ground and she jumps, to this like 6'5" thing and lands, like if I could do that, I would be like over the moon.
Okay.
And I know that I can, I need a process to get there, and I need more than what, something I'm just like stalled out.
Okay. So this is helpful because this is a piece that I feel comes up a lot in coaching, especially when working with high achiever, high performers, is their feel is that they're not doing enough or they want what someone else has.
Mm-hmm.
And I always want to, like, yes, I want what you want, but I also want to make sure you don't currently have something close to it. So for example, people will want to get faster at something or quote unquote better at something. But I want to get, if we can quantify it, what are those numbers? So,
I don't know. I don't know that yet. So that's part of it. But I definitely do know that I need to be doing more. Because what that number that I got from that scan is a result of what I've been doing. And I thought, this is all like a wake up call, because I thought I was doing great. Like I'm swimming, I'm running, all those things, but that has contributed to that number. And it's not so much me like I should be doing more because I want to look like Jennifer Garner. It's more like she's kind of modeling for me what's possible.
Yeah. Okay. So this brings us to the next number 3, which is the brainstorm. This is where a lot of people just jump in, by the way. Yeah. We talked about this in the last video, that it's like a project. What ideas do we have? But I want people to notice how kind of toggling between 1 and 2 for a second can help us in this space. So as you say, you want to be doing more.
Yeah.
And then you also say that you are going to bring back kind of your inner gym rat, but also keep the like joy around it. And Jennifer Garner is there to show us what's possible. And we don't have a lot of data yet.
Yeah.
What are all the things that occur to you about this as we
this is great. Yeah. So that's the brainstorm. I need to collect more data about what, I need to take that next step in terms of like, what are the things that physically I can be taking that will help me strengthen my physical body. Mm-hmm. And so that's the thing I need to do some research about. And like, what are the physical activities? There's also, I realize like there's a lot of what seems like to me disparate information. I mean, there are some people that think like bone density scans are a waste of time. So I have to do more research about like, what is this? Like, what are some sources of information that I trust that I can go to as like a source of truth that I relate to?
Yes. And as your coach, I would be prompting you at this point, like, these are incredible questions and really great ideas. And look at all the ways you're unpacking this. How are you going to remember this?
Yeah. Well, as we had mentioned, like we got to write it down. We're recording this, so I'll have that to come back to, thank goodness. So that's why I'm not taking notes. And then oftentimes, as a side note, I'll do that for clients. Like, let's just record it so you don't have to like, put your head down and take notes. So thank you for that.
And then the other question is, you said you wanted to do more. Do you need to do more? Is more the word?
Maybe not. Well, I'd like to add 1 more day per week, but I think it's what I'm doing in that, like, I need to be doing different activities in those windows. Okay. And that's part of that brainstorm. It's like, do the research around, like, what are the activities, like, specifically that I can investigate that, will make those routines more impactful.
Well, Julie, you're so great. So I just want to unpack this for people. You naturally answered questions of, what do I not know? What do I need to consider? What haven't I considered? And these are the things that come up at this brainstorming phase.
Yeah.
And if you were stuck, I would have you look at the project planning trigger list.
Yeah.
To just,
which when I go back to this, I probably still will, because I'm sure you're kind of, we're just doing this live, right? So when I come back to it, I'm sure I'll think of other things.
Yes. You ready to go down to number 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next piece is, now that we've had a little mini brainstorm, to organize it.
Yeah.
So what needs to happen to make the whole thing happen?
Well, I think in this case, it's still one project. So it's just a matter of, I may want to revise the outcome in my project list, because I also want to make it more like, I'm going to use the word, I'm like kick-ass and inspiring. I want to because even the name of the project is so flat. So I think I want to go back and what really is a desired outcome. And then, I think step 5 in my next action, not to jump ahead, but is because it's just really one project, is to really hold myself to doing some research about what specific activities are evidentiary based, supporting bone density. What does that look like? What are the routines? What's the amount of weight I need to be lifting? That more specific data I need to do research around.
So you beautifully said, okay, number 5, the next action is to do a little more learning and understanding. And then what I love about what you said is, you beautifully toggled between all the levels. Oh, maybe I want to go back up because the name is a little flat, and I want to revisit the why of this. And oh yeah, there's still more to unpack on the how. And given that what I know about what we're doing right now, my next action is this. And I think that's a really valuable part of the natural planning model is, you can't see everything. You're not a nutritionist, you're not a bone density expert. So, okay, you have a little bit more learning to do. That's going to help you flesh this out a little more and get really specific on the desired outcome and the how you're going to approach this. Yeah. And because you did brainstorm this and we're recording it, I want to let you know that one of the things you said as you were brainstorming was add 1 day a week.
Yeah.
As a possible next action as well. So there are a couple things in there. I want to give you an opportunity to reflect back to me what you heard or what stood out to you in terms of where to go next with this.
Well, I think I realize part of why this is so helpful. I've been intimidated by this because of all that I don't know. And I can learn what I don't know. I've been stuck because it feels very intimidating, but it's so great. This is GTD 101, right? It really is just, what's the outcome? What's the next action? I don't know how this is all going to play out, but I know how to do some research. And there is a lot I don't know because it's new to me, and that's okay. I can be okay in the unknown because I can keep taking steps toward that outcome, which I am going to just modify and make it more fun.
So how are you feeling about this at this moment? Is there anything?
I'm ready to go. I feel so much better. I needed the inspiration. I was feeling I would look at it during my weekly review and I'd be so this is the value of the tool, right? It's the whole project is intimidating. It's kind of scary to me that my mom had these very frail bones, but that's okay. I can admit that and do this process and this project and kind of take steps toward a different outcome. So thank you.
It does not need to stop you from taking action. So congratulations, and you're very welcome.
Thank you.
And this is one example of how a coach can help you unpack a problem and turn it into a project. And the natural planning model can help you do that.
Well, as always, thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment, leave a question.
Yes, please subscribe if you haven't. And we do read all the comments and questions. So please respond to this, and one of us will respond shortly after.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye. For more GTD resources, please visit gettingthingsdone.com and David Allen's YouTube channel. For more information, please email us at info@gtdfocus.com or visit our website gtdfocus.com/contact.